Well, hello, pipe friends, and a belated Merry Christmas on this day after Christmas. Um, Finally, come up out of that sick bed and able to felt like sitting up and chatting a little bit. And as I said, I would show y'all the pipes the haul I got for Christmas, and it turned out to be a whole lot different than I had anticipated, and I was not expecting it. And we'll get into that a little bit in just a minute. But I Sunday afternoon, my wife has had this mess for probably 11 days, and she was getting better, but Sunday she just didn't. She was feeling okay, but there's an aunt of mine, and she's elderly. She's a great aunt. Sits right behind us at church. She's in her 80s, and she said, I'm not going to risk giving this to her. Emily's still sniffling a little bit and coughing. I was feeling great. And of course, one of the gentlemen there, he's about 70, but he's battling cancer. They've got it in remission, but that's all he needed. So we just said, well, we'll stay home. Well, that afternoon, we just had some last minute Christmas shopping to do. Went out to Kohl's out by the mall and went in there, went and ate lunch first and drove over to Kohl's and was in there about 45 minutes. And I said, look, I got to go. It hit me that fast and started running the temperature, and I shook all the way home. And it's been a downhill battle since Sunday afternoon of shaking. Couldn't get warm, literally couldn't catch your breath, having to stand up, thinking any minute you're going to call 911. It scared me 2 or 3 times. I could not lay down. I mean, absolutely would smother to death. And I'm 48 years old. I've never had anything like this. The sickest I ever been was when I was about 12. I had the old dreaded kissing disease, the old mononucleosis. Hadn't heard of that in a while, but it was a booger. And I was down for 2 weeks with that. Now, this ain't going to keep me down 2 weeks, I hope. But as far as the intensity of the sickness is about the same. I have shook so much, my ribs are sore, my shoulders are sore, legs are sore. And, so I made it a point. I would keep ibuprofen in my system, whether I needed it or thought I needed it or not. Because if you ever let the chills come, it'd take 30 minutes to get them down. And you'd go through the trying to catch your breath, and it was just horrible. So I've ate I forced myself to eat a little junior cheeseburger from Burger King, one of their little plain Jane ones with just the ketchup and mustard on it. Made myself eat that. I was getting so weak. And then, of course, Mom did all the gumbo and stuff, and she did that. I got to feeling better Friday night. No, Christmas Eve night, and I was about an hour late getting out there, and I hated to go because I'm terrified of giving it to them, and at their age, they don't need it. But there was already a couple out there that had it, and one that was just getting it, and she begged me to come, so I went. And I actually got to feeling really good, and I ate a big bowl of gumbo. And then come home, we set Emily's stuff out, went to bed, woke up Christmas morning, felt great. I had to make a last-minute run to Walgreens. We had forgotten something, and they were the only thing open, closed. I ran up there and got it. About 10 o'clock, I started feeling bad, went to bed, and I couldn't even make our Christmas deal here with the in-laws. Matter of fact, and then my wife, went down. They wound up coming just briefly and leaving, and we slept all day. And our son, he babysat us till 4 till he had to leave and go back to New Orleans, and we've been down ever since. So today, she basically had relapsed, and she went to the doctor, and he gave her 2 shots. And she's seen my cousin, who's a physician's assistant, and he gave her enough antibiotics for both of us to take around, enough cough syrup for both of us plus Emily to get 4 or 5 doses, 2 sample nasals. He took care of us and didn't even charge her for the 2 shots. So, of course, he said, I don't want to see all 3. Y'all have to come up here and pay a doctor's fee. And he took care of us, and she's feeling much better. my wife is feeling much better. So anyway, and I'm beginning to feel better too. And I've started a round of antibiotics. And if I'm not better, they're open 7 days a week. I'll run up there Saturday and get a shot. But I think I'm on the mend, and I finally get back to smoking a pipe today. And I'm rambling, so here we go. Look, I had told y'all we had narrowed it down before I changed my mind. I was narrowed it down. I was going to get a really nice pipe from Boswell. I was going to try to order one on a Thursday, before they sold out. And the style I was running about $225. And I got to thinking, I said, I can get several pipes, 4 or 5 pipes, for that money, and one for 60 or 70 and one for 50, and some little basket pipes, and that's just what I'd rather do. And my wife said, well, sure. She said, but you always pick it out. You pick one out. Actually, I picked 2 out, the 320 and the Aldo Valenti, and then I gave her a list of 5 or let's see, probably 5 that 4 or 5 that I said you can pick from those, and they were several of them, with the exception of the Roma, R-O-M-A, they were Barasinis, and I liked the little poker, so I picked 2 of those, thinking that you'd see 2 of those and get one of those, and Barasini had them on regularly $39.95. They had them on for $29.95. I said, she picked one of those, that'd be, and I was going to get some tobacco and whatnot, because I was getting the 320 Savinelli. It was coming from smoking pipes. Well, she went ahead, and then I had one coming from my mother. She got the 2 that I wanted, ordered the one from smoking pipes, 320, and then just ordered all the pipes that I put down on the list. Of course, now granted, they weren't super expensive pipe. Even a little Roma was about a $50 pipe, so, and I was just shocked when I opened it up. I said, there's more than, I knew there was supposed to have been 2 in that box. I said, there's more pipes in here than 2. And so I was tickled and felt really blessed. And now, the sad, tragic news is somehow the order didn't take at Smoking Pipes. They're going to have to reship out the 320. We're going to do that in the morning. The money's still in the account. So what we're going to do, and I'm making up my mind if that's what I want to do or not. Now I've got all these other pipes to break in, but I may just do it in tobacco there, because there was about 7 or 8 blends that I had ordered too, and I've done some looking, and there's some more that I really want to try. But everybody wants me to get a 320, so I may do that too. And but the tobacco blend is what I was disappointed that I didn't get. But how can I be disappointed? I got all these other pipes, so All right, I want to start out with the first. I had a pipe Christmas, pipe related Christmas, and I loved it. I usually get all these shavers and missing stuff that you can never use, and I don't mean that in the wrong way, but. So I even told my mom, I said, of course, Mom and Daddy always give us a little money for Christmas. But they always get us something to open too. And I said, just get me a pipe. And she did. But my son came up. This came from JR Tobacco in the Carolinas. And his fiance picked this out. And it's a little pipe holder. So he told me, he gave me a hint. He said, well, it's something you can use every day. And of course, they know I love to fish. And I love to smoke a pipe, so I keep this as a pipe rest, and I love it. And he seen me, my face lit up, and he said, do you even know what that is? And I said, I know exactly what it is, and I've looked at that very one. And they were real tickled with how JM does, JR, I think, or whatever. Mike Smoking Briar, you probably know who I'm talking about, but said they were great to do business with. This is the little Aldo Valenti that my mom got me. It's not a super expensive pipe, about a $45 deal, but I love it. A little blasted. And I got to hurry, y'all, because we're going to run out of time. Let me go ahead and get this one fired up. This is the, maybe I won't. Hang on just a second. I gotta get this thing lit up. I just had to use a bit because there's the one that I picked out. Little Aldo Valenti. I think it's like a Forenza or whatever. Love this one. Gorgeous pipe. And in it, I'm smoking some Captain Black. I've been craving Captain Black, and this is my second bowl of it. This is the first day out that I've felt like smoking in the last several days. So this is the other Aldo, which that gives me a total of 4 or 5 Aldo Valentis. They're good little smokers in the $50 to $70 range, 80 sometimes. You catch them on sale even sometime in the 40s. But it's nothing in the 50 to 70 to 80 range to get a great smoker. This one was like 60 bucks, so I mean it's alright. This one is the little Roma. Like I say, I didn't expect to get all these in, and I smoked this one today, and it's a great smoker. And I love the classic shape of this thing. I love the beveling on it. These are different colors, but close to pokers. First pokers I've ever had. And these are the little Barricini pipes. Believe it or not, these are $29 and are great little smokers for $29.95. Little poker sitters. And I have smoked this one too. One day I did smoke half a bowl of one of these. They smoked great. I'm trying to draw on this one, and the draw on this one is not going to prove to be very good, and it didn't look as good in the picture. I'm glad she didn't pick this one, and that's all I got, or the one she picked, because it just don't look. When it came in, it looks like a $30 pipe. The rest of them don't. And the draw is not going to be good. The draw is fine on the rest of them. And let's see. Last but not least, and I don't know, y'all help me with this. Is this a yacht or a Dublin yacht or whatever? But I've been real partial to this type shape here lately, and love it. And the draw on this one's going to be excellent. So I'll probably go ahead and order the 320 tomorrow. But there's several blends, the Raised Red Rafferty, and like I say, I can't think of anything else I need. So I'm going to stock up on some blends and probably go ahead and get the 320. I was truly blessed to get all these pipes. I was not expecting them. But, you know, she said, well, you know, they were on sale, and I went ahead and just did it. And I said, well, thank you. I appreciate it. I was tickled to death. So, but I hadn't bought any pipes in 3 or 4 months. So I kind of took a pipe vacation. I was getting the fever, but again, for sure. But I don't think it was smoking pipes, Doc. I don't know whose fault it was, because, you know, I don't know. But anyway, it's straightened out, and all I got to do is reorder it. And they were the very ones I expected no trouble from. Pipes and cigars, you know, you never know with them, but theirs came right on. They were here within 2 days, which shocked me. They were ordered last week, but I've never had any problems with smoking pipes until now, and I don't know for sure that it was their fault. It may have been hers, you know. It may have been something that she failed to do correctly. It's the first time she's ever dealt with them, either one of them. So anyhow, I'm running out of time. Thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all had a good one. I've enjoyed seeing several of y'all. Y'all have a good one. Take care and God bless.